Welcome to LC Africa, the Content Factory. This Wednesday we are hosting two distinguished gentlemen, one being a member of parliament for Bwendara County and another one being a leader of the minority groups in Kasese. He has for a long time been advocating for the rights of the minorities that live in the RWENZORI. None other than Mr. Kajura Nkwasibwe. Where did you get the name Nkwasibwe from?
No, it has...
Is it Nkwasibwe Songora name or?
Yes, it is.
It is adopted from the
No, it is, but we live in on an island.
Anyway, before we start, let us first get our commercial message from Maganjo Grain Millers, the makers of Jiko. Jiko, yengano ekola chapati. Nebirala byonna byosobola okulya okusiika nga okozesa butto naye nga yengano esinga obulungi mu nsi yonna. And across the world, we welcome you to the RWENZORI Focus. This show is dedicated for issues pertaining to RWENZORI. We look at different ethnicities. We look at how we can shape the communities and help them coexist, and also come to understand their history. Today, we are looking into how we can coexist as tribes that live in the RWENZORI. When I say the RWENZORI is the area that stretches from Kasese to Bundibujo, all those districts that lie on the RWENZORI mountains. And this evening, we are happy to host our usual guest, Honorable Christopher Chibanzanga Tabani Balibura.
Thank you.
Omanongurume. And also Mr. Kajura Nkwasibwe. The other name, you will speak it out. But let me first give you the nod to speak to our viewers. We are hosting you for the first time.
Thank you. My name is Festo Nkwasibwe Kajura. I'm the coordinator for the Ethnic Minority Rights Initiative with an acronym MRI. And we do advocacy for the Basongora, Banyabindi, and in RWENZORI sub-region, as well as the Mosopsiek in the Elgon sub-region. I'm delighted to be here.
Why do you advocate for only two minority tribes when you have several of them? In Bundibujo, there are Batwa, Bavanuma. Why did you become selective of only two tribes?
We cannot afford to be everywhere at a given time, but we do receive requests for interventions and issues to do with the protection of the rights of these communities. But still we cannot be limited or restricted to one community. Whoever is alleging or claiming to be victimized in that very area on both mountains, Elgon and RWENZORI, is welcome. We do.
You also cross-cut to Mountain Elgon.
Yes.
Now, which tribe there is a minority in the Elgon?
There is a community called Mosopsiek, widely known as the Bennett, but Bennett is a town
The
council.
Bennett.
Yeah.
Okay. Honorable Chibanzanga.
Yes, sir.
We offer you our condolences as LC Africa.
Thank you.
Last week you lost your beloved sister.
Thank you.
And we were deeply in pain with you.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
May
from
her soul
Kasese.
rest in eternal peace. Thank you so much. Chibanzanga Christopher, that's my name. I'm happy to be here this evening to discuss a topic close to my heart. And hopefully we shall give it justice. How can the people of RWENZORI
coexist? Peacefully coexist.
Peaceful coexistence? Well, we have lived together for quite a long time. Because when even you look at the issues that seem to be breeding conflicts, they are issues that we cannot resolve as the people of RWENZORI. And I normally say that our diversity in terms of ethnicity, in terms of tribe, is not in conflict. But our lifestyle, yes, our lifestyle is in conflict. You find cattle keepers, you find crop farmers, the peasants, those who grow crops. And then in the historical injustices, you find that the entire, should I say the entire of RWENZORI, especially Kasese and we live in a corridor, we are boxed into a corridor by historical injustices. The big chunk of the land was given a name that we don't understand. It's called Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth.
Those are historical injustices.
And the other,
Queen Elizabeth National Park.
And the other at the top of the mountain
It's called the
Mount
RWENZORI National Park. You go down here, you get Kevale
National Park.
National Park. You cross, going to the other side, you see Semliki National Park.
Toro Semliki also.
Toro Semliki. And then there is another reserve around in the Rocco there. How is it called?
It is that one called the Toro.
Toro
Semliki.
Reserve.
Yes.
For animals. And then the people are boxed there between. And you know, very interesting, the land is not growing.
Wasn't this
You
land,
cannot stretch
wasn't
land.
this land idle before they gave it to, before they renamed it to national park?
Idle meaning what?
Not having inhabitants.
You're also thinking like the other man who went to Mount RWENZORI and said, I'm the first man to discover, I've discovered Mount RWENZORI. You mean RWENZORI did not have people?
He's a moderator and just pausing.
Yeah.
RWENZORI had people. So that land was a grazing land. And Vampi, our
Grazing land for which tribe?
of course, the cattle keepers.
Okay.
I don't want to give it to a tribe. I want to say cattle keepers.
Yeah.
Those, because even I had my elders who were from the mountain. We were grazing down there. We were grazing in Usunga. We were grazing in the national park. So long as they were engaged in the same activities like any other community. And of course, you have also Basongora who are in farming. We have also other tribes who are which are in farming. So the question is, what seems to be a conflict is brought about historical injustices and the way we live. Our lifestyle.
Honorable, I want us to first dig deeper into what must have been the genesis of the conflict in RWENZORI. Before I come to Kajura,
for me, I can only register that conflict that we were discussing the other month, the Batoro Bakonzo. That one became a conflict. But
one of the biggest conflicts.
One of the biggest conflicts in RWENZORI. But a conflict between cattle keepers and farmers, crop farmers. It's about land. It's about their lifestyle. When animals stray in the gardens of the crop farmers, it appears to be a conflict. And indeed, if it is not resolved very fast, it can breed a very dangerous conflict. Now, Basongora, Bakonzo, Banyabindi, Bamba, Bawese, Bavaduma, Bakonzo, they have coexisted for quite a long time. And these tribes I have mentioned, they tolerate their own seemingly conflict over resources. That resource being land and being boxed within the corridors. So now that we are talking about modernization, especially modernization of agriculture, let me go to cattle keepers. If cattle keepers can paddock, when they start paddocking, because you can't have a ranch in Kasese, land is no longer there.
We can either go for 1 acre model, like the president is saying.
Yes. 1 acre model, and you will have animals. Or traditionally, you a cattle keeper. Then you have to do zero grazing by constructing feedlots, so that you have cows which are eating from, and then you improve the breed, so that instead of keeping 1,000 heads of cattle, 100 heads of cattle, to give you only 7 jerrycans of milk, you can have only 4 on zero grazing in a feedlot. And they will give you even 40 jerrycans. So it's about modernizing, because really I don't think our government is about to say, let's just degazette part of the national park for human activity.
It did. It did. Cabinet gave part of the
No.
of the national park land.
Part of Mubuku irrigation scheme, the so-called refugee camp in Yoboga. He will remind me.
Wasn't it part of the national park that
Not
was
at all.
given to people
There was 1,100 acres
from the national park
covered
out of the national park?
Chivale National Park.
Yes.
In Chibale?
But,
Yes.
but
Okay.
previously, and that is in Karsandara, but previously, that land had been under occupation by the immigrant communities that had found home in Karsandara, but the government took a step to compensate them for having disturbed them before they coming to that land by the Basongora.
You make your point now as we come to Kajura.
What point was I making? I was saying I don't see government degazetting part of the national park for human activity. So the best we can do is to appreciate that, yes, we were boxed into a corridor. And therefore, we must modernize the way we do agriculture.
So you appreciate
Don't-
the fact that these conflicts have stemmed out of the
Our lifestyle.
of land,
Our lifestyle.
land distribution.
I don't want to tribalize it. To say,
Now I'm not also saying you
to
tribalize
say the cattle keeper and the group farmers clash because of tribe. That one I haven't seen. But they normally clash because
of the resources.
of the resources. And the biggest resource being
land.
land and pasture and water for the animals.
Before I come to Kajura, let us first trace back these conflicts. You excuse me for taking you back. The Bakonzo, Basongora, Bachingwe, and other minority groups in the olden days of the historical kingdoms, the Toro Kingdom, were all minority groups,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Now, where was the distinction in distribution of these resources when they left the Orukurato to now try to administer themselves out of Toro?
Remember, by that time, we had a quasi-federal state, so Toro government was in charge. You remember we discussed that? And definitely, population was very small. So resources was being managed. And by design, the Bakonzo was up. And the cattle keepers were in the valley.
Maybe the economic activities they were doing were dictating on where they should live. Because the Bakonzo are naturally short people, and short people cannot live in the plain lands.
So, by that time, the Bakonzo were up. Our forefathers used to tell us that when you go down, you will be affected by malaria and other diseases, and animals, of course. But now, the Bakonzo up, they are beginning to realize that the land is
more precious
down.
in the plains.
And most of them have bought a lot of land down here. And they continue with their group farmers. And of course, that breeds conflict between the cattle keepers and the group farmer.
Simba Wakati. Sebo, you're one of the advocates of the minority groups. Recently, there were a group of people that were trying to claim land in Ngoko. In Ngoko, there are land issues.
I was told it was resolved.
And one of these issues are the ones that bring conflicts. As you dig deep, do you also appreciate the fact that land has been having a huge factor in bringing conflicts in RWENZORI and denying people to coexist?
Well, thank you. My understanding is that land is a contributor to the current rift.
Current and past conflicts.
Yes, between different ethnicities in Kasese, but particularly Basongora and Wanyabino on one side and Bakonyo on the other. But for me to discuss in Koko, I think let's look at what
I was
informs all
just
these.
I was just giving an example of Nkoko.
Let's look at what informs all this. You'll understand that back in the 1940s, 50s, 60s, up to, I think, mid-60s, the entire population of Kasese, regardless of the ethnic identity, rallied behind one cause, and that was coexistence before any other thing. Then there came the agitation for RWENZORI as breaking away from the then
Toro Kingdom.
Toro Kingdom. Not all people did, much as all people did have aspirations of breaking away from Toro, I can say majority of all ethnicities did have such aspirations, though there were a few isolated individuals in Toro, because of privilege, they never wanted
in these other minority groups
the
to
agitation.
break
Yes,
away from.
you'll have 2-3 people who are powerful on the other side, and they'll be dissuading you from breaking away and something like that. So time came, the district was granted. And the district was also granted on a silver platter. But it was majorly advocated for by the moderates because the extremists kept up in the mountains. And those Wakonjo, Wasongwara, Banyabini in the lowland said, no, this can be the first step in our quest for self-autonomy. And Nida Amin did give them a listening ear. Amin on that one, he takes a credit. And every year, people remember the decision he took. Because there is a man, a Msongwara man, who died, I think, in 2011, called Ernest Wakoli Wakale Atenyi, who was the one that read the memorandum on behalf of all people. And is the founding headmaster for Hima Primary School.
From him, I remember.
Yeah. So he read it, and Amin said, if I don't subdivide Toro district, because there was Toro, like he said, you quoted the conversation you had prior, a quasi-federal
State
arrangement that was in place. Then we had a kingdom, but also we had a district. Even following the abolition of kingdoms, Toro remained as a district.
Okay.
Until 1974, when we had RWENZORI, which became Kasese, Bundubujo, which was from Semliki, then also the remaining Toro changed to Kabarole.
So,
Now,
hold a bit. When they broke the district of Kasese from Toro, Kasese went with Bundibujo, or Bundibujo remained in Toro?
These, okay, at first, people were interested in one thing, breaking away from Toro, regardless of where. But these were born the same day. And the same day, Toro...
Bundibujo and Kasese were born the same day?
Yes. And the same day, Toro also was like rebaptized for it to have the Kabarole name from Toro. So Toro died a natural death. Now, when these people met, the president then, Idi Amin, said, what if I don't subdivide? So we're going to kill ourselves. We're going to kill each other here.
That's what they told the president?
Yes. And he saw brave people. And of course, he knew the tribes. And he was happy. You see, like the arrangement of the Avamba, Babwisi, Wavonoma, under the OBB of Udingya Wawamba. It is something unique. You have not found it anywhere. So the same thing we had back then, that no one would break through. You get it?
Then the Musongora, the Mukonzo, they were all together.
I don't want to discuss my dad, but there's a role he played in pushing for the emancipation of the locals, the indigenous people, because we all knew each other. Way back from Chitojo, which is Chitolo, up to Rwimi. Even beyond. Because when you read also history, they will tell you that Msongora stretched deep from Ukongo up to Katsunga Nyanja. Now, before that, now, Amini granted that, though there were changes.
Granted the district status.
Yes, but the boundaries later, because of the influence of the Batoro and their position in the government, the boundaries, as they expected, never came to be. There were changes, but still people got the districts. Because Russia was supposed to be, I think, in Bundubuju.
Buraya was supposed to be
And Bunyanga was supposed to be in Kasese. But what would have remained of Toro? So the Toro were, people positioned in government, so what would remain of Toro? So I think they had further engagements that led to the reduction of the size of the would-be districts
Okay.
That's leaving Toro big as it is. Now, when the district was established, now we started seeing people saying we fought, while relegating others on the fringes of the fight. You did not fight. Who are you? You did not fight. Now, there came now tribalism. Banyabindi, remember, still had issues to do with the so-called allegiance to Toro because of the lingua, because of the language they speak. Because of Nyabindi is nearly 95% similar to Toro.
Nyabindi?
Yes. Now, Basongora, few as they were, and isolated, scattered, but also influential because they had the money in terms of the numbers of cattle they had, and they were somehow not so active in terms of pushing for representation because they had trust. They knew we are the same. Whoever goes there would represent us. So Banyabindi, remember now Banyabindi, a bigger number of Banyabindi in the Kasese district is found at the headquarters of the old sub-counties. Why? They sought refuge there. As a
That's
result,
why you find them in Buoye.
because
Huge Banyabinda in Buoye.
because the remnants of the extremists said you cannot partake in this. As in eating, you will not participate in eating.
Okay.
Eating what? Jobs and stuff. And remember, Rutoro was like the English of today. Emunyavini speaking Rutoro, Emukonjo marrying Mutoro, Emukonjo speaking Rutoro.
Was okay.
Was okay, and it's what the local colonizer wanted. So the exclusion of others bred tribalism in the area. Now people started looking at each other, but it was not as serious as it was in 90s and early 2000 up to today. So people kept being excluded from time and again. So I remember in 1996, my uncle, the late Katemba Douglas, was appointed.
He knows him.
Yeah, he was
Very
appointed.
well.
He was appointed the district
Education officer.
Now, when he was appointed, 2 years later, we had an election for the LOC5. That was in 1998. Bamsede Barnabas, one we used to know as Triple B, said, if you don't vote for me and you vote for Bahandi, who was a maternal cousin, first cousin, by the way, on the maternal side, we'll send away your very own Katemba. We have empowered you. We have given you, rather, you have given the district a product of the Basongwera.
That was the campaign message for Bamsede.
I was there, young as I was then, but I'm a historian and I've kept the records, so I remember everything. Indeed, Bamsede lost, but the one who succeeded him never sent away Katemba. But now, that was something that I thought was
Katemba
a solution.
retired.
He retired peacefully in 2010, upon clocking 60 years. Now, what were the two people talking about? Bahandi saying, I would not send him away. Bamsede saying, I've empowered you. They knew these were a disempowered community. They needed empowerment.
And they don't have numbers.
They don't have numbers. Okay, numbers were there. You see now.
I mean numerical numbers.
Yes, but you see now in politics, much as we follow the majority, somebody can defeat you by margin of 2.
Yeah, that's true.
So we had the numbers that can make one defeat the other. I know whether I has told you how he won the 26th June 2001 election after the President Museveni, asking Singoma to step down from Ramuhindo, and how he won. It was a vote of no.
It's okay, continue.
It was a vote of no confidence in what had happened, and he was in town celebrating the early victory before polling day. I
Is
remember.
that true?
Very much.
I remember. I think we voted. We went polling on. We went polling on Monday, and Isingoma, the Musongwara, who was very popular and had the chances of defeating him, was asked to withdraw, to step aside. Painfully, he did. Now, why were the lowlanders and some Bakonjo moderates in the lowland behind Isingoma? Because what affects Musongwara in the lowlander, and that which affects Munyavini in the lowland, also affects Mukonjo
in the
who
lowland.
was born and brought up amongst us.
They are united.
Because a hospital or a dispensary that lacks medicine equally will not serve a Mukonjo who's in the lowland. But when it comes to empowering, especially at the district level, they will get Wambale from Katwe for a job, get Wambale from Hima for a job, get Muhindo from Katojo for a job, even when they have been brought up by others. So we are only remembered by those ones who were brought up amongst us, but not by those who have voted into office. Therefore, as we talk about coexistence, we should look at what went wrong.
Exactly, that's where we are
What
now.
went wrong? Now, like, for example, I'll give you this. In 1986...
Now hold a bit. We have
NRM
looked
takes over.
at land being one of the factors.
Yes.
Also, distribution of jobs
Yes.
not being equitably
Yes.
He's
distributed.
talking of marginalization.
Yes.
Environment award.
And this one is, no, I'm trying to be descriptive, because saying what is a man, you will not say man is a man. Say man
Now you are
is
bringing in
somebody-
the third aspect so that we
And-
get
and
back to
now,
Honorable
before
Chibanza.
I break them down, let me give a narration. You remember in 1986, the NRM took over.
Yeah.
NRA stroke M. 1987.
NRMO.
No, NRMO is just
N-
a recognition
NRA.
of phonos like one is NRA stroke M junta, military junta. Others say military junta, because this is a Spanish word. Took over in 1986. 1987, 1988, because Amon Wazara had waged war in the neighboring Congo, and his troops had even slaughtered a number, I think there were 9 members of the
Slaughtered
RC.
on 9th October.
Today, what we call LOCs, RCs, the resistance councils of the NRM, were slaughtered by Nalu stroke Nulu, led by Amon Wazara.
The late Amon Wazara.
Yes. Now, Chiyonga, and I'm speaking this, I want to be on record, and I'm conscious of the possible litigation that can happen as a result of what I say.
Dear viewers, the views expressed on this program are not solely the views of
Why are you
yourself.
panicking?
Exactly.
No, there's not panic.
Exactly.
I'm just putting a disclaimer.
Yes, yes. Now,
You can continue now.
Yes, in 1988,
Eh,
Chiyonga tells Bamusede, I think it was the equivalent of Kao,
DES, yes.
to write to some gentleman in opium, saying there's a land you have identified. Which land is Vasungara land in Rehim and Bukangara? That is meant for the resettlement of people, the youth, the Bakonjo youth, as a way of dissuading them from joining Nalu. Now you end up having Wera Eagles, having land there. You end up having Karambi sub-county, having land there. Many people got land there. Now, because this thing was seasonal, Basungara would graze. Eventually, some people would cultivate here. You skip like 10 acres, another one, that. It was in isolated places. People kept one until 1992, when they were forcefully removed. But that is the very year again, when the then DA, an equivalent of RDC, the district administrator, Lokeris, the former minister.
Peter Lokeris.
Yes, was the DA Kasese. Went there and drew the boundary as a way of ending this conflict. The Bakonjo who had crossed you've heard of Kangara River, who had crossed this side. Okay, if this is north, who had crossed and went this side, this would be east. To go back this side,
the west.
and whoever and NM Songara who was this side to go back
To
this side.
return.
This was, we call it a chapa chamakumi abiri name. Chabiri name. In the Queen's language, in the King's language, that would be
Mayo.
Mayuro 21. It became known as the Lokeris line. Bamusede in his capacity says, no, the cultivators have rejected this. Without receiving even any petition.
as the LC5 now.
As the DS.
DES.
He says, no, the cultivators have rejected this. I'm drawing another one. Now, if I got to call it Bamusede line, you call it Lokeris.
So there were 2 recourse lines.
So there were 2 locations.
But the original Lokeris knows the line. And that line featured so prominently in the case of Lozio Masca Beatrice and others, I think 254, versus Attorney General regarding Rehingo Kangara, where the immediate former Chief Justice Owinyi-Dolo.
Have they ever disposed of that
Yeah,
judgment?
he said when time comes, when they have applied for an eviction order, we shall go down and we shall use the Lokeris line. To date, those who won have never applied for eviction. because the orchestra line puts too much land inside the present day Nyakaton sub-county, and that is for the what? For the pastoralists. But however, there are efforts made by the locals, including the Attorney General, to ensure compensation for those who are willing, because people who went to court, and that was basing on their opposition to the ratio. Okay, not the ratio, but the acreage mentioned, because the government said 25,000 acres of Basongwara ancestral lands in Ukangara and Wehingu be split on a ratio of 1 to 3.
Farmer takes one.
Farmer takes one, the cultivator. As I said, because these Bakonjo have lived with you for more than 22, for more than 12 years, as per the law. Is it section 25
I think
or
it's
29?
12 years and beyond.
Yeah, you can live with them there. But now a section of these people said, for us the 8,000. Actually, they were supposed to get 6,250, but they gave them 8,000. They went to court and said, for us, the land we know is 2,050, not 8,000. Therefore, the land they're talking about is not there. But as we speak now, the generals have bought the land, what.
Honorable Chibanzanga, as we shall return, you also have land issues in Vunduvujo? Because Kasese seems to be having many...
Not at all. Because in Vunduvujo, there are many Levivanza. Every person knows where his boundaries are and his cocoa. That's all. They are not on the issues. The only challenge was that some people crossed to Ematong forest and cut it down, started growing rice. And they were evicted by the authority. Those people still claim down. But if you do real research, they have their pieces of land within the Vunduvujo. They were crossing there for the purposes of growing rice. And the forest has come up again. Those ones, they still put a claim that they were chased from their ancestral land.
So do you also agree with him that partly, to a large extent, land has been one of the...
Of course, that is the point that I raised first. What seems to be a conflict between the minority communities in Kasese. It's about land.
Honorable
But
Chibanza.
also he has raised another issue of the insurgency, displacing people from the mountains and taking refuge on the lowland.
Honorable Chibanza.
He calls it was a deliberate effort of
Honorable Chibanza.
and Bam said to distribute what they call the land. I don't think so. It was about insurgency in the mountains that displaced people.
Honorable Chibanza, you were representative.
But there is a letter to that effect.
Honorable Chibanza, you were representative for this area.
Yes, sir.
For 2 terms. 3 or 2 terms?
Stop
3 terms.
96,
Good, perfect.
2000.
As a leader, former leader of that area, did you appreciate that there are issues that you need to fix?
Land has been a very big challenge. And let me tell you, during my time as a member of parliament, I think in the 3rd term, there was an issue of people who were chased from Congo. It became a national debate.
You are talking of the people, the Basongara that were chased from Congo.
I don't want to classify it in terms of a tribe.
You know, for us,
But the moment you agree to talk about coexistence, it is between one and another coming together as one.
So when there were Basongara.
When people were chased from Congo, you know when Kazini, may his soul rest in peace, crossed into Congo, we weren't following him.
I disagree.
No, don't disagree.
When you did what?
When he crossed into Congo,
Who?
when Kazini, when he was hunting ADF, which led to the overthrow of Mobutu, very many people in Kasese followed him.
To where now?
To Congo.
To go and stay there.
And do what?
Others were grazing, Others were doing business.
No, there's a lot of idle land.
Others were
in
buying
Congo.
land. Idle land in Congo. Others were buying land. Others were incorporated to do the Yame across. Others went to do the civil service across. But when Kabila,
Let me hope you're talking of the people.
when Kabila,
Of the
I am telling you the efforts now. When Kabila settled their bid, he chased all those people, including my cattle keepers. And my cattle keepers went into the national park. Some of them, not all of you,
Yes.
some of them, some younger people actually. This is a fact, my dear friend. So when they were coming back, I think their pieces of land were already occupied, and they occupied some part of the national park. It became a serious debate. It was during that time that the land you talked about,
The Rohingya of Kangara.
the Rohingya of Kangara, including land of Mubuk prisons, including land of Ibuga refugee, that was given to those people in the ratio of 3-1.
I disagree.
And we thought we had solved the problem. And we thought we had solved the problem.
You government by then.
Of course.
Yeah.
And we thought we had solved the problem. Those ones who were cattle keepers were given 3 acres. Those ones who were crop farmers were given 1 acre. And we were told by a man called from the Prime Minister's office that was an international ratio. You can't share the land equally between the cattle keepers and the crop farmers. And we thought we had settled the matter.
Honorable Chibanzanga, pause a bit. As a leader then, where did these farmers come from?
Man, the issues of land are very tricky. Even those
No, I want our
even those who had land up, because they had seen an opportunity to get land, they claimed to be landless. Even those cattle keepers who had land,
Because the reason I'm asking you this,
even the cattle keepers who had
I
land,
have-
even those whom I went,
I have had
those I went to school with, and we used to visit them in Kavirizi.
I have had reports that most people who are claiming land in those lower lands had actually land in the mountains.
I am telling you, that's very true. Even those on the lowland who were claiming government land, Mobuku, Ibuga, they had land.
Maybe I can chip in
They had land.
because we have only 1 hour.
Recently, I was meeting.
Kajura once
Recently, I was meeting the RDC, the current RDC. He said, and it was a
Lieutenant Joe.
yes, it was a very interesting comment. He said, yes, we have given land, but if you ask every person to stand on his acre of land, the big chunk of land will remain without owners.
What did he mean, ideally?
That people have their pieces of land elsewhere, but they have claimed it down here. Now, if you say every person from Gaza stand on your acre of land,
Now, the reason
the
I'm
biggest
insisting,
chunk of land will be
the reason I'm
idle.
insisting, government appreciated the fact that these people were just from Congo. They came to Uganda. Government has the,
Okay, before going with
the government has the
before
responsibility.
going with Kazin in Congo, where were they come from?
Now, this is this is where the contestation now is coming in.
Where
Now,
were they
Let
coming
me
from?
come in.
now that is where the contestation is coming in now.
Because if they were Congolese chased, why was Uganda government about
No,
that?
they were Basongora living in Congo,
What do you mean?
just like we have the Baira living in Congo.
Can you just see the Bayera living in Congo? The Vandanda living in Congo. They are citizens
Now,
of Congo.
You see, at first I did explain about the conflict on Rohingya and Kangara lands. But of course I could not exhaust this because the time we have.
I would
not
have-
enough.
But don't I choose the
No,
Whispers?
see-
Don't I choose the Wampare?
For me,
He didn't do it
For
to
me-
grab their land.
Yes.
They did it to resettle people who were displaced in the mountains
whose land?
by Nalu.
on whose land? Now you don't settle people on my land without my consent.
So where is your contestation with
Okay, my
Honorable
question is,
Chibanzanga's point?
The first one, we didn't go to Congo to follow Kazini.
What happened?
We fled the local insurgents,
You see, that was-
masterminded by the political leaders in Kasese.
When was that?
Basongora started going to Congo mid 1990s. Most people got
Mid
to know.
1990.
Listen, most people got to know in 1999.
Mid-1990. What were you running away from 1990?
But I've told you that there was eviction from our land by people brought from Karambi, from the mountains, in the name of resettling people who had the potential of joining the insurgency. No. And for me, most of the time, I base on judgments. From here, we shall continue
Kajora,
this
be
debate.
fair, be fair.
But the thing is,
So when you go off air, you're going to give him documents to back up your argument.
the thing is, was there a settlement
In
by the people?
19
No. Was there a settlement by some people from across the district? By Bamsede himself? The answer is yes. On whose land? Basogora land. In the name of what? Of dissuading them from joining the Nalu rebellion.
Now let me ask you one question.
But
No. Let me first ask you one question.
I'm still rebutting. I'm not informing me.
No,
Now,
allow
we
me
need
to ask
go
you one
Congo.
question.
We need to go, including me. We need to go to Congo to follow Kazini.
You went to Congo to do
We went to Congo for security purposes.
You are running away from an
From
insurgency.
who?
From a local masterminded
what?
rebellion against us.
By who?
Have you read them?
So, Mr.
Who was the leader of that rebellion?
Amon Mazera.
No. Amon rebellion was affecting all of us.
Sorry.
Was affecting all of us.
The rebellion I'm talking about, the local masterminded rebellion. It is Chionga and Bamsedi.
No way.
Tubanzanga we are not anywhere. For me, I was in Nyakatonzi. Tubanzanga was somewhere.
Now let me
very far.
ask you this. When the people...
I am not defending Crispas.
No.
I am not defending Bamsedi.
Yes.
But for you to say Crispas,
There was a document you wrote.
Honorable Crispas, and Honorable Bambale,
Yes.
masterminded an insurgents against a tribe.
I said a locally masterminded insurgency.
Against who?
Wait. Now, when you uproot me from my ancestral land, listen, no.
That's not their character.
Yes.
That is not their character.
Moderator, play your role and protect me.
You are protected.
When you occasion the removal of me from my land, and it is perpetual, it becomes.
But that is not an insurgency.
Kajora do.
I said the locally masterminded insurgency.
I think you have misused it.
No.
The insurgency is
No,
like...
you can quote it to give it a different kind of
Kajora,
meaning.
no.
But what I'm saying is, when these leaders wrote, actually I can tell you, I have a copy. Bam said they wrote
That what?
to opium on the advice of Chionga. And you say, the letter, Chionga says 1,000. But Bam said says, we have found only 750 youth who can resettle there. But
Now,
how does the football team become
now let us get back to the main.
I'm rebutting.
No, let us... I want us to...
The thing I'm rebutting. Some people have said that we went to Congo for pasture. No, we need to go.
Grazing.
No, we fled. We
From
fled.
what, my friend Kajora? No way.
Axis.
Chionga travel rebellion against a tribe.
Let us first go into the
Not
commercial
at all,
break.
not at all.
We shall be right back with the last
I can
segment
put
of
my
the
hand.
Resori Focus.
No.
I can
Keep
put my
watching
hand.
LC Africa, the content
mu
factory.
mutima gwa uganda mulimu ekimera ekyenjawulo era nga kijiddwamu omutindo ogusukkulumye eŋŋano ya jiko nga ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers kola ebyokulya eby'omulembe nga okozesa jiko mu mutima gwa uganda mulimu ekimera ekyenjawulo era nga kijiddwamu omutindo ogusukkulumye eŋŋano ya jiko nga ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers kola ebyokulya eby'omulembe nga okozesa jiko mutima gwa Uganda mulimu ekimera ekyenjawulo era nga kijiddwamu omutindo ogusukkulumye. Eŋŋano ya jiko nga ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers. Kola ebyokulya eby'omulembe nga okozesa jiko owoomerwe.
There is a lot of fire in the studio of air, and we are trying to bring fire extinguishers to try to put down the fire. There's a lot of Kajura as he speaks with evidence. He comes with his fire.
Is it too emotional?
He comes with his fire.
There's no evidence in what
I
you're saying.
think he's passionate. He's passionate about the issues of the minorities.
But anyway.
But anyway, the reason we are here today is to look into how we can peacefully coexist with our comrades that live in RWENZORI. Kajura wanted to open up something here to show the distribution of land.
3-1 ratio.
The other one who are trying to say, no, you misused the word insurgency. That one have censored it.
And I just want to read the extracts of the cabinet minutes, number 387. I also read.
Is that the cabinet where he was part, or
no? He was in parliament, was in cabinet.
No, by that time I wasn't in cabinet.
Then I also
wanted to crucify him.
Then I would also like to read the ministerial statement on resettlement of Basongora.
But you may not read it.
I'm
going to read the preamble.
Ministerial statement on resettlement of Basongora out of Queen Elizabeth National Park. This was the settlement for Basongora only Basongora. Now, you come to page number 5.
Because it's the Basongora who went to occupy the park.
Now, here, number 5, on page 3, number 5 of page 3, says the Basongora ancestral lands of Kangara and Ruhingu, totaling to about 25,000 acres, be freed and shared between the cultivators and pastoralists on a ratio, 1:3 ratio, as earlier agreed on in 1994. Which land? Not institutional land. Not institutional land. At cultivators would get 8,000, and this was wrong. It should have been 6,250. Now, for the rest of the lands, Mubuku prison, Mubuku, Mubuku prison,
Ibuga prisons.
Mubuku prison, Ibuga prison, Ibuga refugee settlement scheme. Mubuku is a village outside government institutions. I can even show you the map. It's here. This is the map. This is BFDAN, Uganda People's Defense Forces. River Nkoko. This is UPDF land. This is the sketch map of land survey conducted in 2003. I have the audit report by the Auditor General about this. This is the settlement scheme for the refugees. This is the Ibuga prison farm. Buganda is here on our land. Buganda is here on our land. We are supposed to get 3,500 acres of this.
Has this land been given to the Basongora?
We are settled here. Most of the land has been taken by cultivators who came from nowhere we know, but we sought.
For benefit of information, will you share this document with Honorable?
I will.
This is public document.
This is public info.
Okay. Now, I want us to get
the ratio should be on record. The ratio is not on the institutional lands we have mentioned. Sharing of land is only applicable in Kangara and Ruhingu, 1:3, as you've read here. These are not my own words.
So after you going to Congo, I don't want to know what took you there, whether you are running away from the war, whether you are going for love and adventure.
The local instigated.
We shall, else Africa will do its own investigation on what took you there.
Yes.
Now I want to understand, after you leaving this land, do you come to appreciate that after you left this land idle, it was occupied by some people?
No, we did not leave it idle. That would mean that
You fled from the area.
We fled from the area following the occupation of our land by a group that was brought about by the two gentlemen I mentioned.
No way.
You were not there. I was there.
I was in
He was your area MP.
On coming back.
You're telling him he was not there. He was your area MP.
No, this is Bukonjo East. See, Bukonjo was born in 1970.
No, I'm saying Busongora South.
Nyakatonzi is not in Busongora South.
Nyakatonzi is in Bukonzo East.
Yes, I agree.
Bukonzo East.
Yeah.
No, the land I'm talking about was
in Nyakatonzi.
his jurisdiction. And here, where government says that 25,000 acres and is providing the means of sharing. This is the land in contest, rather the land we are fighting over. So if it had, who took it by the way? Because a section of Songora remained back. But when we came back, still we could not live with our own because the land was too small. We went back to Queen Elizabeth National Park. Because as you know, NM Songora, even if it's 7 year, 8 year, we'll take it to a national park and show you these areas.
Now, Mr. Kajura,
so went back to
as a leader,
as a
leader and advocate of the minority groups in Kasese, what do you think should be a long-lasting solution to address the issues of land in Kasese?
First and foremost, we should have respect for each other. First and foremost.
Which is there now?
It is not there.
Because
Kajura, I respect you. And you
because they are
now we don't embody.
Because
what happens?
Mr. Kajura, there are intermarriages in Kasese where the Bakozo have married the Basongora. That is respect.
I don't know one, just one. You can mention one, you know.
You don't know any.
I don't know any.
Mukonzo has married
you can mention just one. I don't know anyone.
So why not?
No, you can
Why
tell
can't
me.
they go into intermarriages?
You can tell me that your second wife is Msongora. But I don't know of any
No.
marriage.
Now MC Africa will find out whether there has never been a Mukonzo marrying a Msongora.
I'm saying, though they are there, because if I'm able to know that this one is the elder brother, is a cultural leader, and has a electoral name. If I'm able to know, that, if I'm able to know that he has 4 names and how he got the Tabari name, if I'm able to tell.
He explained it the way he got it.
But for me, I got to know in 1996. You see, he won with a margin of 27 votes. And he got 26 votes.
Is that true, Honorable?
Yes.
He got 26 votes
That was
from my
96.
polling station. Because he said, Tufega Kaha, we should simply vote for him. Will he get a 0? He won with a margin of 27. He got 26 from my polling
the magic vote.
Kumbe, you are the one who voted
Where did you
for
vote?
him.
Where were you voting from by that time?
No, I was young.
By the way, let
I
us
was,
put it on record. Did you ever vote for him?
By the time he left, I started voting in 2002. In 2002 or 2006 there. But it's when he crossed now to the LC5
LC5 was 2000.
But when he contested for the second time, he contested with Mujungu.
Yes, with Mjungu.
And I was
with Singoma.
Singoma did not bounce back in 2006
Singoma
because
was
of the RDs already.
Oh.
So,
But for me, I did not vote for him.
let us
vote for others.
Let us get now back to the question now. As a leader of the mind,
First and
an
foremost,
advocate.
respect for each other. Because when you respect me, you recognize me. When you respect me, it means you recognize me.
I know several Bakonzo people who are friends to you.
Now, isn't he a friend of mine?
Now,
Isn't he a friend of mine?
which other respect now do you want?
Recognition. You see now, when he was at a function of Banyavini in Nyamaseche, there's a primary school there. Is it Nyamaseche primary school?
He made a statement that
He
irritated
made
you.
a statement. That no, but of course you are as a moderator, you are allowed to ask any. He said the right to have a cultural institution did not begin and end with Obsinga Barozuru.
Is that right?
That is a recognition of the existence of the Banyavini.
Yes.
Is that
who
right?
had for long accused Bakonjo of stifling them. Now Emukonjo come. Emukonjo is not very far from the throne and says, no, we know you are there. That is respect and recognition.
Perfect.
If the Constitution, 1995 Constitution of Uganda, places us, Basongora, Banyavini, Bakonjo, under the 3rd schedule, as being indigenous to Kasese, and you add a voice onto that one, you are trying to be emphatic and people appreciate it.
So you are
when Mumbere
so you appreciate that Honorable Chibanzanga truly respects
even
you.
when Mumbere left the Kampala prison to Kasese, he said, you people, we have been one. And intelligence was over, all over, asking, you've had, they were asking us, say, we have had. We have been one, what went wrong? And we are also equally asking the same question, what went wrong?
My son will marry from your family. You say he will be the first Mukonzo to marry.
You need to know first whether we have girls. Because it might end up. Now, the thing is, recognize us first, just like the Constitution recognizes us. By the way, do you know that before 1985, Bakonjo was not in the Constitution? And that Bakonjo, Basongara, and Banyavindi entered the Constitution the same day?
Yeah. 1993, 94.
And that one.
That is true.
Yes. And that one makes us equal.
No, it actually makes us the same.
And
Ugandans.
And see, when you are equal in equity, you're almost the same.
You need
Now the second
you need
issue.
Wait. Now, for example, I told you of what Bamsedi did during his tenure.
He contested it though.
As the executive head.
I've
When
contested it.
when Douglas Christopher
Contested
Katemba was appointed in the
Yeah.
Now, Bahandi came in. Do you know how many Bahandi appointed? Bahandi also emancipated our community.
But I give in my friend commissioner.
Yeah, you get it?
My friend commissioner was appointed by the hand.
He was appointed by Bahandi as
Sweden.
okay, using his policies. Because
Nurtured that boy from local government up to central government.
now, Bahandi played his part.
Isn't that respect?
And for Bahandi,
Perfect.
Bahandi is like one of our own. Now, there comes a reference.
He also becomes one of your own. But you said he respects you.
We are talking
right?
about administrators.
Very much.
This one is a representative.
Including
And you know when a royal
they like the person who's likely to be a king of Basongora, Apollo Webali.
Yes. He's my cousin.
I nurtured that boy.
sure.
But they are all
It's not like a boy.
They contested the
We use it to contest together, remain with our friendship.
This one, the campaign,
We lobby together for him to become another DC. The recent reading is becoming a king.
Now,
Real. I went and buried his father
which was
in a
okay.
Vitibwa.
Which was okay. And actually, we should thank God that you failed the Ep3 election. Because that's the time you used it to go around uniting people.
Uniting people.
Like I told you, we are going to miss you as a minister. But while you are outside the cabinet, you are going to be the voice of RWENZORI.
Now let's
I've
come.
seen you.
Let's
Now
come
we
back
go
to the
back-
question now.
Hopefully.
We
Go back to my question.
Yes.
You have said
Now-
respect. The second thing.
Yes, but I want to give
Justice.
But I also want to give you examples. There came a reverend succeeding behind
Reverend.
the reverend.
Now you want to bring in violence.
No,
Now,
the
Kajula.
reverend reversed everything. Because at some point,
Reverend
and
Jotaenda.
I have a video. Wait, ask it. What is Basongora, by the way?
So
Where
had
they
you got the
come from?
resemblance of unity,
Of
then
progress, yes.
of progress,
Hey.
then we get.
And the man says, who are these Basongora? They are here, the whole of Lowland was there. I don't know them. But the people who voted for him 99.9%. And I told them, you're going for this one. Better you vote for Bahandi. Because 1998, we never voted for Bahandi. But he did wonders. 2002, we voted for him. 2006, they said, there's another one.
On the hand was my team.
There's another one. Behind is the pro Nalu, pro Obsinga. And Obsinga was like a hyena down there. They voted for this man. They regretted. Then they brought a brother of General Kazini in the army, Mawa. He did the same. None of these emancipated us. But for Chitayenda, at least he appointed them Songora on the executive. That is Robert Nyarwa, one of the petitioners in the case against the
Even Brompa Albam said who's they choose it. Use it to appoint the Musongora, that elder from Hima.
Yes, actually, no. Now you
That
see,
elder from Hima.
everyone has their positives and negatives. No.
Let us
What is
concentrate
the way
now.
forward?
Go forward.
What's the way forward?
Yes,
Eh,
it's
as
what
you-
we are
as
doing
you
now.
Let's start the way forward.
No. It is my plan.
The way forward.
The way forward.
Let him finish,
eh,
honorable, so that I come.
The way forward, as you know, which I also want to use as an information to honorable. I dragged the Kasese District Local Government to the Equal Opportunities Commission. On 16th of December 2025.
Kajuri is a tough
The
guy.
cow was there.
Yeah, this one took
Eh,
him to court.
eh,
They even put an injunction on the district commission to recruit people in Kasese
But
because
now,
of Kajura.
But now, the RCF person looked for me, which was okay. He came with the deputy cow, who was there. We sat on
So you have sought your issues with-
on 4th of April last year. He said, propose to me one name. I'll put that in Songara there.
You did.
I said, it's okay. We vacated the order. When I proposed the name in September, he wrote to Public Service Commission saying, this man is forcing me to vote to appoint his relative. When they called me, I said,
Which chairman is that?
the one who's
The
there.
current chairman.
Eh, this
brother.
is his brother.
At the Songara North. Now,
You man.
Mohindo Arfaz.
now, as I speak now, we have a consent order. You see, consent, the word consent is an agreement.
Ndio tumekubaliana.
It's a contract. Then order, it is having the power of court. Consent order says, withdraw a minute that had brought the person we don't know. Replace to ensure the representation of a Songora. I have the document there. It's there.
The minority
Second,
group.
ensure Banyavindi are represented on land board. we agreed. On 16th December, to date, they have not appointed any. In January, they knew I was flying out of the country. They ran to the Equal Opportunities Commission. But that was past 1.5 months. And they're complaining. You see.
So what's the status now? Kajiro, what is the status now?
No, of course, I've filed today.
I am private information that the Service Commission will be fully represented.
Yes.
They are going to appoint somebody from the Basongora minority group, and also the Nyivindi will be on the land board.
And the Bahad was balancing all those.
Bahad is an angel.
Are you aware of that information now?
I'm telling you, I'm the headmaster of the advocacy. The documents are there.
Now, what I'm saying is the rights are going to be respected now.
Even as we speak. Okay, a few hours ago, I was at the local government ministry. They are going to summon all parties to the case. Not these other tribes created by Muhindi. How can 4 tribes get to one position? Is it your business? There are 2 tribes we know the constitution, and what we want is our constitution share. Why should somebody claim privileges?
So other tribes not in the constitution should not give a damn.
I don't even know who's not in the constitution. I know Basongora, Banyabindi, Bakonjo are people of Kasisi.
The Bachingu are not there.
I don't know Bachingu. I've heard of the word Bachingu, but the Bachingu I know from the explanation of
Then you are Bakonjo.
You have a minute to give us the way forward.
Okay.
A minute.
So when it comes to promoting coexistence, you need to include others. Just bring one. Last time Muhindi, with whom we are fighting now,
you have issues with
appointed them Songora as
vice
chairperson. Who had never done it? He did it.
Yes, he did it.
And we thank him for that.
Which is very good.
He did it and then fired him.
Yes, yeah, it's okay, but also brought another Msongora who's there. And that very Msongora has also been reappointed in this second term, which is okay. But now you don't tell me when my rights have
And the person who he appointed is actually watching. He's called the Honorable Ham. He was watching.
Yes, and today as we speak, there is a Beth Karoko.
In the executive.
He was in the last term, she was the Secretary for Production and related stuff. And as we speak now, I think she's the Secretary of Finance. We okay, applaud me for that.
So now what is missing now?
But you don't tell us. No, we need to have representation on all constitutional and statutory bodies in Kasese. Any appointment of one who is not our own extinguishes our participation in the governance.
Why are you only lobbying for positions in Kasese and not on the national scene?
No, now they think with the national scene we have not had the time to talk about it.
Okay.
I've talked to the Attorney General already.
I think we shall come back in the next episode. Honorable Chibanzanga, what is the way forward?
The way forward. You see, our constitution, we wrote a constitution.
And you know, for you have been the representative of those minority groups for 3
No, Busongora South, not of the tribes. He was the territory.
Busongora South, okay.
And I feel it when a community says we're a minority and we are being...
Because you are once also minority.
I feel it.
There.
I get the pain. I know their pain.
Touch there.
We wrote a constitution to ourselves, which created affirmative action.
Article 32.
I don't know whether we have operationalized that article.
Yes, it led to the formation of the...
Let the central government tell us what is this affirmative action, so that it becomes all of those who are managing our country, it is mandatory. What is affirmative action by law? What should Muhindi do to ensure that the affirmative action thing is working, so that it is not at the whims of those who manage our country? That is the way forward, number one. Central government. Operationalize affirmative action for the minority groups, for the marginalized groups. 2, communal ownership of land is no longer viable in Western Uganda.
What is viable now?
Have your 3 acres as an individual. Lease it and utilize it. You know, you are Kajura, our land, and you have no land title. You have no agreement.
Now, in a law, Honorable...
It can't work in Western
Uganda. We have legal interest and equitable interest. I might not have a title, but I have equitable interest.
Yes, but let us know.
No, what is saying you cannot own all the 339,000 hectares.
Communal,
but we are people.
Communal ownership of land in Western Uganda, specifically Kasese, is no longer viable. For instance, the land is talking about that was violently invicted by my friends, which I have contested. Because those gentlemen can't do that. Suppose they had the land title.
Kajura, Linda.
Suppose they had the land title.
Would have appeared in the case.
Aha.
Happened in 2000.
So,
but they did not.
let's go by the government decision of 3-1. This is anywhere in the process. The moment you have your land, own it as an individual. That's one. That is solution number 2. So that will solve the question of land. And you know,
the issue of the
and you see that is the point I started with, and he has overemphasized it as the source of conflict in cases.
Honorable,
Let's in
Honorable Chibanzanga, can't intermarriage be a magic bullet?
That one is a process and takes long,
And
but it is.
And they wanted to create a Basongo.
Secondly, when you fail to understand each other on the basics, go to the origin. We are all human beings in cases.
But this is where we came from.
That's where we came from. But we are all human beings. And the question of respect, that's where it comes from. Don't look at Msongora as Msongora. Look at Msongora as a human being. Don't look at Chibanzanga as Mkonzo. Look at me as a human being. And if I offend you, Kajura, say Chibanzanga has offended me. Don't say my tribe has offended me. You. Let's
agree with you.
He still refers to me as a Muendera instead of saying human as this man.
But
in every conflict we find ourselves in two. Let us define
I'm also
it.
an urban Musongora. I'm not traditional down there. So if somebody called me
But
an
you,
urban one,
you sound both.
But you may also
yes,
find
but
out.
also
You sound both.
And this one has a lineage of
a kingship.
Oh no, of Mukonzo in his
It is blood.
Continue.
No.
So let's
But
define
it
the
would be
conflict.
good if I had
Let's
it.
define our conflicts properly. If I offend you, like I live in Nyamarangara, we graze goats and my Basongora in Moja, they are up there, they graze.
And that's why this was Basongora, you're aware.
Yes, it is. Even I pay when my goats go there.
And the title where you constructed the house is for the Basongora.
That one is my
Where
title.
did you get this?
No, you provided another.
Kajura.
Now where did you get this title?
My
from
title is
now?
not the top of your title.
But with the Minister of Lands, you know.
Not at all.
They even have a title in your head.
But what I know,
Now Kajura don't know.
like me now, I have a land title.
Eh.
The other side is communal. Please, let my people here start owning land individually. Communal ownership of land is breeding violence.
Then you better call for the amendment of the Act, because there is where in the Land Act, couple 236 says.
And he's a well-informed man.
Yeah, he's informed. Kajura is informed.
Says
A man who stops a process.
But let me give you my
To
opinion.
recruit
Let me give you my opinion. With due respect, our draftsmen who made our constitution, when it comes to the point of land, to the issues of land, they made a fundamental mistake. Do you know that land can be owned by 80 people?
At a go.
One is a customer,
just like-
one is a Milo
just like
owner,
as claimed-
one is
just
owner,
like as claimed
another
that-
one is a...
just like as- Just like has claimed that your title is on top of their title.
No, mine is a title.
That's why he's
Mine is a
claimed.
title, and it is not in their title. Because they don't release
So
it.
entirely
They
says-
don't release it anyway.
Entirely
Theirs
living in
is
Nyamarangara or living on
Theirs is communal. But when we are following up, because there is a land which is breeding conflict up there in Nyamarangara up, there was an intention for Amos Simbwe, that elder of mine. He had made an application to lease the land, but he didn't finalize the process. And if you don't finalize the process, they give you some time limit. Anyone can.
But there's
Now,
also judgment.
Honorable,
No, there's also
as you bring in the judgment, as a lawmaker, can't you seek leave and bring a private member's bill to address
Land
the
issues.
land issue?
I would join you in drafting with others.
President may not allow us.
No, better you be
In consultation.
But
with-
for me,
in
let
consultation
me tell you,
in consultation with the Attorney General.
for me, Banganga Christopher Manaumon, land must belong to government. And then the government must distribute land to the citizens of this country. in a manner that is well related and well understood by all. Land must be owned on lease from government. 40 years, 49 years, 99 years. But this land which is owned by customary, Milo, lease, this one
And freehold.
freehold, and this one ownership is communal. It is causing a lot of
Mr. Kajura,
confusion and problems.
do you own any land in Kasese?
He doesn't own.
I
He will tell you we own.
No.
We
Which
Basongo.
type
Which type of ownership?
Which type of ownership?
On customary land. On customary
Very
land.
ambiguous. Customary land.
No.
It belongs to.
Customary land is not ambiguous.
Hey!
Even if you are to share, you are to sell.
Isn't the land in Chirindi customary?
It is customary, but I am moving it from customary to lease. Right now, I'm leasing it.
So it is also ambiguous.
But to answer him,
Customary is ambiguous.
no, it is not.
It is next to communal, actually.
No, it is not.
Only that
See,
it is a family.
Actually, customary land is communal land.
Can you
But you
imagine?
can choose to have boundaries
Of each person
of each person.
with his own land title.
The land title can be possessed later. And for me, my view in regards to that, though it's not the main thing that brought me here, is that after
Which one
the
came
state,
to show the marginalization of the minority
No,
groups.
fine. After the state has issued certificates of title to the Basongora, each cooperative society whose formation were informed by the cabinet itself will have its own title, and the members will look at themselves and choose to subdivide in case they want. And once they've subdivided, each one will have their own title.
Unlimited use.
But
Thank
for now-
you
but for
for-
now-
First wait.
I want to
That
end this show.
method, themselves have filled it. There is one elder now who exploited this recommendation of government, and he was leasing land to himself
Which
of the Basongora.
No,
I'm not going to
you-
mention his name here.
you-
But in the corridors there, I
No,
will
you
tell
can
you.
give
Well,
issues.
we
Why-
shall-
Why do you give him some of the seconds?
But you also have almost
You can
used
give me
it.
30.
I am
Okay, you wind
a
up. so that-
bona fide owner of law.
Kabyanga before he became a minister, is a Rukonjo word he would speak. Omulume akasikaya.
Akasika yo wonde.
Obulume
Sikania.
Yeah. At least I know the meaning. Though I'm unable to pronounce it perfectly as you people. We should do, going forward, we should begin respecting each other. Recognizing our
Respect is the key,
existence.
by the way.
Recognizing our existence. If you know that the settlement was meant for the Basongora only, and the ratio is not cross-cutting, it's only in Uganda,
Ruhingo.
why do you bring this side and confuse people? You find people at Kapchoro claiming land.
That one.
People their side of you.
That one I have.
Well, we shall begin from there next time. Until next time, keep it LC Africa, the Content Factory. We are thankful for you, the viewers in RWENZORI, for watching this show. Please go to the YouTube channel, comment, subscribe, also send the questions. We shall be bringing back this same panel next week to continue discussing these issues that affect RWENZORI. Until next time, I remain HASON MUTUNZI for RWENZORI Fox.
mu mutima gwa uganda mulimu ekimera eky'enjawulo era nga kigiddwamu omutindo ogusukkulumye eŋŋano ya jiko nga ekolebwa ab'amaganjo grain millers kola ebyokulya eby'omulembe nga okozesa jiko owoomerwe. Nations.